Hello everybody, you're here with Claro Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today, finally, I got my appointment for the haircut. And so I just want to do a very fast and easy, casual sort of look. And I just thought, why not do it in front of you, since my tutorial for the Smoky eye from Wayne Goss has been taking forever to upload to YouTube. So I apologize for that, but I thought I'll do a nice, quick and easy, casual sort of look. And so please keep on watching. Now, what am I gonna use? Well, it was very interesting because first I wanted to do just a very coral sort of look using the new items, the Chanel comb and things like that. But then I wanted to use a green olive from Victoria Beckham that I've been pending. And then, so I started, then I wanted to use the Dior, the new one, is all the new items. But of course I'm excited because they're new and I wanted to try them. So I just figure we'll see what comes up here with you all as usual. So the first thing, of course, what I have in my face is the last of my sample of number one, the Chanel, the foundation. Of course, I ordered the new one. I hope it comes in soon because that has been my preference on a daily foundation, especially for the camera and for daily chores. And it's just a great foundation overall, seriously. Of course, I don't need a lot of coverage. I don't have large pores. But I do have the redness or just, you know, wrinkles and sensitivities. And so that foundation, number one, the Chanel, has been just awesome for me. So of course, I'm putting a little bit of contour with Tone 4, you know, my illuminating. And just because I need a little color. Today is cloudy outside here in Miami. It rained. So we're appreciating that, but I have my windows open and it's a lot humid. So if you see a little bit of that, that's what's happening. Now that's okay. I'm not gonna powder or anything like that. It's just the warmth, all right? It's just humidity, and here you will get used to that. So since I have this, instead of pulling my lid up from Westman Atelier that you know is my favorite, I'm just gonna use a little bit of the illuminating part that this palette has, which I think is great. This palette is a must for me. It's one of those that I use almost daily. And now I usually use the lid up from Westman Atelier to do that or one other, but this one also works. And again, if I go through the other one, it's not necessarily because this is my favorite, but it does the job. So I did that, I put the contour. So the next thing, this is the debate because I really want to use, since I'm going to be covered with a mask through my haircut, right? So let's do a little bit of the Victoria Beckham, the olive green that I had pending. And really what I have pending with that was trying it, you know, how I would wear it. And the first thing I didn't use last time when I was just playing with it and I uploaded a quick and fast first impression and playing with the eyeliner from Victoria Beckham. I didn't put any powder on my eye, and so I didn't help it per se to look great. And so in this case, I am gonna pull out the Victoria Beckham. This is the signature palette. They're so tiny, so cute. So I'm gonna use my Sonia G, and I'm just gonna apply this a little bit all over. And I have a video on using this palette, so if you want to check it out, you can. In this case, I'm not really featuring the palette. I am just using it the fast and easy, just what I need to make the eyeliner olive green just stand out, just so I don't have nothing. So I use the beige all over. I'm gonna put a little bit of the pinkish. Just, you know why? Because I want to make a little difference from my lid than all over. I like to do that because it accentuates a tiny little bit of my crease. And talking about that, I'm also, and I think just because of the hooded eyes, we have to sort of, you know, accentuate the crease at least a tiny bit. So what should I use? I guess the next color, which is that. It might be a little dark for what I want, but let's see. Because I just want to put a little bit of color in the crease. And I'm actually, usually, you know, I elongate over here. No, I'm going and emphasizing the center. So it's kind of like I'm doing an up. Why? I don't know. I saw it in an Instagram and I noticed that. I'm like, I haven't done it in a while, and it helps uplift the eye because it brings the attention to this point. And remember, right now we are just doing this, not for an eye look, but to accentuate or remind that I have a crease somewhere. Now, again, if I was not using this signature palette, I would have gone for a little more of a peachy or orangey coppery, just because I feel it complements my eyes a little more. Even though it's just a very shade, sort of just for the crease, what I just said. But look, yeah, it's doing the trick, and why not? I wanted to pull out this palette again because I only use it for that video on when I feature it. And so I've been wanting to play with it a little bit more, and today is a good day to do that. All right, so I think that's as much as I wanted to do. So if you notice, just kind of pretending there's a crease, emphasizing in the center, and then I am bringing it out, and then from there sort of this, not very precise and not putting a lot of the shade in the brush. I'm just with the leftover. It will still tint a little bit. And there you have it. I think that's as much as we're gonna do with that. Now we're gonna put the baby up, and you know this is dark as we tried it last time. And so I'm just gonna put it as usual. Yeah, and I am bringing in, so I'm doing it underneath, and then it just comes up and then down. So what I'm doing there is inside the lid, and then there it kind of changes, and then I go above. Okay, I just mess it up a little bit. And if you recall, this eyeliners are wet at the beginning, and then they start drying fast. So if you want to maneuver the color or do something with the shade, you have to act while it's wet, because once it dries, it really sets up. And so what I'm trying to do is diffuse, and I use obviously the sponge, but I'm also using the finger. Yeah, and I think it's even more color than I really wanted, because this olive green seems very fall-like colors, because it's so dark. It's beautiful though, but it's still dark. So I didn't forget it was dark, but I forgot how fall sort of color is. And today I was more in the corals and spring. So it's okay, because remember, with me, everything goes sort of bad and then it gets better, because I'm going through the creative process, right? And I hope you are having fun in your own process as well when you create, because there's no right or wrong to do makeup. Sorry that I'm doing that, but so there you have it. It seems like some got in my inner waterline. is because when it's wet, it really moves. It's so easy to work with, but you have to be careful. All right, and it's drying out. So I'm gonna just put a little bit more up. So I'm gonna put a line here up. There you have it, a little bit longer. And I'm gonna do the other eye as well, a little longer. All right, so I did that. Just brought it up, smooch it up. And now I'm gonna use, I really like, the other day I used this color Sea Gray, and I really like it. So I'm gonna use it to light up my look a little bit because I don't want it to be so fall. And so now I'm gonna kind of put it on my under, and I'm okay if it goes inside my waterline to clean that smudge that happened. And so I'm just bringing it in. And I think this is sea gray, but it's sort of silvery. And this one reminds me very much of a kind of a lake in the spring, winter, spring. So more or less the times that we're in. This is what this color reminds me of, because it's wintry because it's silver platinum gray, I guess. But it's like this color in my shirt, right? So it has a little bit of platinum, but it tends to be a little uplifting, this color, not so much winter, like very silver. It is silver. I don't know if I explain myself. Like, this is a silver platinum that you can use in the winter, but you could also use in the spring because it's sort of in between. That's how I find this sea gray eyeliner. And so I did it to uplift the olive green. And not that I don't like the olive green, but you know what I'm saying. I don't have to super explain myself. So there you have it. That's probably, we'll see how the look ends up being. But what I really wanted was a little bit of the coral. And it might be too much for my cheeks at this moment since I did some of the eyes. But I wanted to try again the Chanel. And I have here lightly Rosewood. And the reason being is because it's so easy to apply. First, I'm gonna put it in my lips. And it stays. So you look very casually made, as cream blushes usually do. I didn't try much, or I'm just in a very casual way. But wherever you apply the product, it stays. So that's what we're doing. Well, also, you know, when you get new products, and since there were so many releases now in January, we didn't get to play with the new. We want to play with the new, right? I mean, we spend all our money. I understand, usually you can get one of these releases and just go your whole spring with them. But of course, no, we wanted them all. We were so curious. So now we had to find a place to play with it. It's true I didn't get the Dior's, which was a lot of pinkish, light pinkish and stuff like that. So I really had to a little bit choose in that way. So I chose more of the corals that perhaps they don't compliment me that much, but I never really played with corals, peaches before. I was always in the more pinkish. So I'm bringing it up a little bit here. And again, it's the first time that I'm mixing the powder of the Victoria Beckham with the creams of Chanel. And that is one of the reasons that I wanted to do this today. You know, you start mixing the products between brands and see how they perform. See if you can mix, in this case, a little bit of the creamy with the powders, with the green. So far, so good. You didn't make like a whole mess. It seems like they work fine. and the color didn't overwhelm completely. Actually, looks okay. I mean, what do you think? All right, and so I did that. I wanted to use a little bit of the Chanel Comete, but it might be too much. Let me see in real life. It might be, but you know, since I didn't use powder, this might be my powder. So just a tiny little bit, just a tiny little bit. And I go like this, click, and that's it. Because this is a little bit in the strong for my coloring. That doesn't mean it's not beautiful. All right. And I am bringing it a little forward. But I was curious of how it would look in combination with the lips and cheeks. And what do you think? Good. All right, I'm gonna put some mascara and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I used the NARS Climax Extreme Mascara, which I think is very lovely, very nice, especially when you want to ramp up the look. You know, I wanted my eyes to be very fully covered, meaning I wanted the mascara to show. And look at that. Because remember, I'm gonna go out with a mask. So it's more about having something in the eyes, which I think is lovely. And now what do we do with the lips? So I've been debating because I want something, so, you know, I'm waiting for some of the new releases that have a little bit of something, because I have here the Dior, but this one, the 200, was very nude. Well, it's looking good, right? Oh, I like it. Remember, it's on top of the Rosewood, but I think the combination makes it very nice. And because it's some of the new releases, maybe they had in mind the mask situation. So they're very wax and set sort of thing, meaning they don't stay feeling wet like a gloss would do. So that's lovely because you don't feel like you're gonna stay in the mask or it's uncomfortable to touch the mask or things like that. Today it's all about masks. And the same with the cheeks. Remember, this sets sort of way and stays in place. So that's why I was also excited to use this. Well, there you have it. Look how simple, how easy. 1, 2, 3. Of course, me chatty, but we got it done, and this is how I'm gonna go out. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you like me mixing and matching and seeing how the items perform between powder and cream. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do at this moment. I would really appreciate it to have you here in this channel, which it keeps growing and warms my heart. And please comment below or ring the bell in the right hand corner, thumbs up, and please comment below. That really helps me. And you know, keep the conversation going. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you have it. Tell me how you use them. You know, I keep learning. So I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.